Welcome to Lake Fork Pro. My name's Mark Mitchell, and I'm going to give you some tips here and there along the way and on the journey. So bear with me. I'm going to put a few videos together for us and show you some tricks that I've used and come up with. And this particular one is the one I just came up with just the other day. I went out to get my frogs ready for the frog season because I think this fall is going to be an awesome one. If we can get any kind of water over flooded vegetation or anything like that, I think the frog season this fall is going to be fun. Well, I opened up my tray of frogs and they're all gummed up and messed up and wadded up and nasty and whatever you want to call it. If you throw frogs, you know exactly where I'm coming from. So, they have that silicone skirt through those legs. And I'm thinking, man, I don't know how I could get another silicone skirt through those legs. So either one, I don't have the proper tool or the know-how. So I got to looking at it thinking there's got to be a better way. And I hope that I found it for it. And I hope I found it for all of us. But I think I've actually hit a home run with it. We'll see what happens. But I think it's a great idea. And I think it's going to put an end to all the gumming up frogs and everything else. Because I do like to throw a frog, but I can't stand opening that box and seeing those tails all wadded together. And even if you break them apart, they're still so nasty, you can't do anything with it. So there it is. So let's just start with what I'm saying. So I've got a regular frog. I'm going to show you a Spro popping frog. So what I've done, as you can see, I pulled out all the skirting material. So I've got two holes there, and there's the hook. So now what you want to do is you want to take that hook and flip it so that it'll end up coming out like this, so that you can actually work on it. Because our deal is these two holes right here. You're going to have to spread them to a certain extent or pinch them together where that you can get something through there. And so what I was sitting there thinking, okay, so I tried the silicone, and when I tried to pull it through there, well, it would just rip the silicone skirt. So I was like, okay, there's got to be a better way. So I sat there and I looked at it for a little bit. I thought, okay, so let's see what happens. So I found little parachute cord. Just a little cord. It's a little nylon cord. It's got something in the middle of it, but its buoyancy is unbelievable. It's got real good buoyancy. Yeah, it'll get wet, but it's got great buoyancy. So I took a little tool. Let's see if I can find my little tool here. Here it is. I took a little tool just like this right here, like a weight pegger, and I ran it through those legs. I got them level, pulled it through there just like that right there, and I put my little cord in there, and I pulled it all the way through. And this is what it looks like when you get it through. Yeah, you can see they're kind of long. I'll cut them off or pull it down to where it's shorter and everything else. But that came through there real easy. Now, the finished product was this one right here. You see how I took that and made knots right at the end of it so it won't go back through the hole there. So now it's going to keep my legs at the same length. I don't think these are ever going to gum up or anything like that. I mean, you want to get real creative, you could actually put a knot in the end of it right here, maybe to make it kick left or right a little bit more. But what I've done is just cut it off with scissors here and then just kind of singe the end of it with a cigarette lighter. And it's kind of a semi-flat. It's not completely round. It's kind of semi-flat, oval, I guess, or whatever. But I think that's going to be a home run right there. I think this little booger is going to get after it. So, and I think there's another possibility to this too. It's going to get pretty interesting now. So let's just say a fish bites that frog and he comes off. You know, if it gets these legs in there, his little old teeth might just actually get caught in that cord there where you can still catch him. Might just be a possibility. Don't let that get away from you too quick. Because this is nylon, and you know, I used to fish for gar, and we used to take a little old thing like that, and the gar would bite the string, and buddy, I'm going to tell you, you couldn't get the string out of their teeth. So it was pretty interesting to catch them like that. But this little booger right here, I think is going to be a home run, and we ain't never going to have to deal with any of that gummed up frog stuff anymore. We're going to use a little parachute cord like that or anything similar to it. So, and getting into that and saying that, so I was thinking about this frog, and I'm thinking, man, look at that green frog, and I got black legs on it. It could be brown or whatever. But I got, oh, you know what would be really nice with that? What about a shoestring? I could put a shoestring through that. So what I do, I found me some wild cheater. Take this green frog, for instance. Now, let's just say we take this little booger and run that through there for legs. Chartreuse legs on a green frog. Whew, I'm about ready to bite it already. Now, you can look, you see these are flat. So I'm going to cut them off about, I'm going to run it through there, cut them off about 4 inches. Singe the end of them, so they're going to both lay flat like this. So I think when I'm moving that frog and they're doing all this, I think those shoestrings are going to float. Yeah, they're going to get wet. If you can find one that's even buoyancy, it's going to be better. But it's still going to, it can't go deep in the water because the frog's going to hold the legs up there. So that right there, I think, is going to be it. We're going to put a stop to all that gummed up frogs. And we're going to do it with cord and stuff like that right there to make it better so we can go on about our business. Because I just don't see that right there ever gumming up or giving me a fit from here on out. I haven't went out and tried it yet for the action, but I think it's going to be there. But just want to give y'all a little tip how to change those things out so that you can have something a little bit better option with that instead of just pulling it out and leaving it as so. Because that's a joke right there. You pay $8 for one of these frogs, and then, you know, in a year or two, which you can say you probably got your thing out of it, but, you know, here's what you got because everything's gummed up and it's too long and everything else. And I'm going to turn that into that. We're going to be in business. Now we're ready to go frogging. Hey, I appreciate y'all stopping by. I'm going to put some videos together for us, some tips and stuff I've done for over 40 years of guiding. So I'll have some stuff for us in the future. And I appreciate everybody stopping by, and may God bless each and every one of you, and go catch some fish. Thank you.